Did you know rappers are exposing NBA YoungBoy for snitching out of jail early? As it started with the announcement of, looks like YoungBoy has been released from federal prison and either transferred to a halfway house or is headed home. I'll confirm soon. It was later confirmed he's now home, but rappers were confused. No Jumper announced, Famous Richard says YoungBoy is working with the feds, which came from an Instagram post reading, YoungBoy is snitching. This is his third time getting released within 4 years on new charges. On King David, you can't do 10 months of a 23-month sentence. My first offer was 5 years for a firearm charge. YoungBoy's definitely with the police. He probably the reason Smirk locked up, as fans showed this clip of YoungBoy just walking around in prison.
It is.
However, attached to the video was this tweet reading, honestly, I kind of believe it too. The timing, the energy, the way things are playing out, it's all looking a little too convenient. Wouldn't be the first time someone played both sides. In this game, you never really know who's working with who. Gotta watch everything. But oddly enough, when YoungBoy got home, he jumped on a FaceTime with Aiden Ross, which only fueled more evidence of YoungBoy snitching coming out. It's important to rewatch the moments that YoungBoy was released. When YoungBoy got to court, he had fans hacking into the Zoom call and yelling, "Free YoungBoy."
Free YB, man. Free YB.
Everyone needs to stay muted. Okay.
Free YB.
All right. Mr. Golden's case has already been called. He's done with court today. For those of you interested, everyone keep yourselves muted.
Free YB.
Free YB.
Shortly after, YoungBoy came in with a smile and laughing after he just heard his fans supporting him. One of the first things he did in court was sign this document that stated he understands English but only has 8th grade level education. But did you know there's a chance YoungBoy returns to jail? Because his release description in the court file reads, on March 10th, 2021, YoungBoy was arrested and charged with firearm possession by a convicted felon and possession of an unregistered firearm. Because YoungBoy was caught in a music video shoot where he was playing loud music and dancing on the hood of a car. Since he did this in a random neighborhood, a lady down the street got concerned and called the cops. She described that several men were dancing around holding firearms in the air, which had cops pulling up on YoungBoy and arresting him.
So yesterday at court, the body cam footage of the officer who put the cuffs on YoungBoy back in September during that music video, the cop comes right up to him, you know, whatever, he puts the cuffs on him, and then YoungBoy's reaction is kind of hilarious. I thought it might be interesting for y'all. He was like, yo, big dog, man, what you doing, man? Why you putting these cuffs on me? That's what he was calling the cop. He was calling the cop big dog. He's like, big dog, you up right now. I didn't do nothing. You could search me. I got nothing on me. Cop doesn't listen. Cop puts him in and the whole time YoungBoy's like, yo, man, what you doing, man? Big dog, why? And it really goes to show you a lot about this case. YoungBoy didn't think he did anything wrong. He didn't think that they were gonna go and start taking footage from music videos and said, you held in a music video and you're a felon and that's a federal felony and you're gonna face 3 to 5 years. No, and it really shows you that these federal laws, as applied to kids like NBA YoungBoy from the hood, are extremely unfair and extremely punitive, and we need to take a good long look on what's going on there.
While YoungBoy was being put in handcuffs, his cameraman attempted to delete the music video footage since he knew YoungBoy couldn't be seen with a firearm. Unfortunately, the police confiscated the camera before it was deleted, resulting in the feds having video footage of YoungBoy holding firearms. In an attempt to free him of the firearm possession charge, his lawyer argued that the police obtained the camera illegally, but it didn't hold up in court. With it announced, YoungBoy has lost his appeal with the feds, and now prosecutors can use footage of him holding firearms to convict him.
Update on NBA YoungBoy. He lost the appeal with the federal appeals court. He can take it up to the Supreme Court. What happened? So the federal judge, the lower court, ruled in his favor. She said that the video of him holding what looks like to be a is suppressed. Can't be used at trial against him. The way you guys obtained it, you violated his constitutional rights. Now, the government went to the 5th Circuit United States Court of Appeals. The 5th Circuit said, you know what, we have a different decision, and we're going to say that the government can use that evidence. It is going to be allowed in the case.
Realizing it wasn't going in YoungBoy's favor, he knew he had to sign a plea deal. Just before the judge officially sentenced him, it was reported the judge gave YoungBoy a positive message about him being robbed of his talent and potential due to his addiction, and wished him the best of luck after he's out of prison.
Mr. Golden, I've seen so many times that good men and women who have a lot of talent and potential, that they can be robbed of that potential when they start to really struggle with their addiction. So I don't want that for you. You seem like a very talented young man. I'm hoping in your future that once you're done with your federal prison time, that you can be really successful on federal probation and have a really bright future where you can reach your full potential in every aspect of your life. Best of luck to you, Mr. Golden.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have, if I could excuse.
You may.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you all.
With YoungBoy receiving 23 months behind bars for his crimes, it didn't look great for him. But his lawyer later announced, "I wrapped up YoungBoy's case. He got 23 months. But because of the way we worked it with credit on another case in Louisiana, he should be out in 3 or 4 months, which put his release date to July initially. However, overpopulated jails led to his release even quicker. Because on March 3rd, Rich the Kid interviewed with academics, and they agreed YoungBoy would be released soon.
Drake YB Dirk, right now. And I ain't gonna lie to you, because I was even looking at my Spotify like recap. Yo, I think hip hop is due, like, YB has to stay out of jail. Yo, we're thirsty for his. There's a
Get out in March, right?
yeah, it's
Excited for him.
more music with him.
Wait on it. Wait on it.
However, YoungBoy won't be free for long. In a desperate attempt by the feds to keep YoungBoy in jail, the feds brought up the passing of JayDaYoungan. With both of them being Louisiana natives, Jay always hoped to collab with YoungBoy and praised him in this interview.
Me and YoungBoy, soon we will be making music together. I'm a fan of YoungBoy music. Yeah, we gonna collaborate pretty soon and put on for our state, because when we do, I feel like this is gonna be one of the hardest collaborations ever.
They dropped their collab song titled Up With Me, but later had a falling out when Jay leaked a snippet of an unreleased YoungBoy song. He responded to Jay in the comments saying, "Delete this now. I don't know how you even got my song. I don't mess around like that." But Jay defended himself and said he wouldn't take no disrespect.
I'm a real and I stand on everything, you hear me? Ain't no gonna play with me, ain't gonna disrespect me.
Jay went so far as to diss YoungBoy in his song titled 38K, where he raps, "You put that comment on my post, they laughed about that, but I was laughing when your baby mama was on me," which had photos of Jay hanging with YoungBoy's baby mama. In return, YoungBoy tried to catch Jay lacking in the streets, and it's unclear if YoungBoy was ultimately responsible for his passing.
You be hiding. We real headhunters, man. Come on, man. Open their mouth, came to what they was, man. Oh.
But when you mix this with YoungBoy's other case that's pending, this is where it gets scary. He was wanted for skipping a court appearance for an out-of-state case, which led to more charges. Being out of state meant the FBI got involved and they staked out his Louisiana mansion a couple years ago. After some time, YoungBoy got in his car and drove out. The FBI followed YoungBoy onto the highway, which started the high-speed chase. The FBI signaled YoungBoy to pull his car over. At first, he complied and did just that. But once the agent got out of the car behind him, YoungBoy put his car back in drive and floored it down the highway. After fleeing down the highway, he ran into traffic and went off to the regular streets. Once YoungBoy created a gap between him and the feds, he got out of his vehicle and started a foot chase, which was terrible for YoungBoy, considering he was wearing designer shoes, skinny jeans, a jacket, and some chains. But what's crazy is while YoungBoy was being chased by the feds, he ran through a fan's backyard as he was caught in photos running from the officer as the fan told YoungBoy to run faster. Shortly after, YoungBoy was swarmed by police and was taken into a squad car.
You want to talk to us? Tell us what happened,
as soon as we're done with everything, we'll take off the handcuffs, okay? But
yeah, I don't have a statement. I don't want to be detained in these handcuffs like this. I'm properly if I haven't committed a crime or done that.
Okay. All right. Give us a second, okay?
Okay. No voluntary statement.
He's not willing to give a
So,
statement.
any statement, any voluntary statement?
No, sir. Mr. Martinez, I don't want to give a statement. I don't want to be in this.
These were serious charges against YoungBoy. He had speed racing, resisting arrest, and many more the judge didn't take easy on him. But luckily for his millions of dollars, YoungBoy got the best lawyers and got a bond.
For YoungBoy out of California is a $540,000 bond. He put up $500,000 in cash. In addition, he put up as collateral 2 properties worth in excess of $1.5 million, and he has to wear an ankle monitor. However, he's not going to be on house arrest. According to the bond set by the California judge, he simply has to wear the ankle monitor but is otherwise free to travel. Given that the California judge found that these circumstances are sufficient for a YoungBoy, why would a Louisiana judge find any differently? The Louisiana judge is looking at the same facts, he's looking at the same charges, and he's making a decision under the exact same federal law. Sure, it's a different court and a different circuit, and the way the laws are applied varies somewhat. It shouldn't vary a lot. If this California judge said, hey, this much money and these restrictions are good, it would be very, very weird for a Louisiana judge to say, oh no, no amount of money and no restrictions. That would be very uncommon.
Despite YoungBoy's lengthy criminal history, he only got 23 months with a plea deal on the firearms case, which is why many people online believe he could have snitched on other people. But it's important that YoungBoy keeps himself in check. If he returns to the way he was before prison, he won't be free for long, because prosecutors hate when rappers beat their case, as they like to make an example out of them. If YoungBoy continues on the path he was, constantly getting into beef with other rappers and rapping self-incriminating lyrics, he will end up right back in jail. Not only did YoungBoy do this with JayDaYoungan, but even NLE Choppa got furious with YoungBoy, despite once being a fan of him, because Choppa supported YoungBoy with a song titled Free YoungBoy. But Choppa changed his thoughts on YoungBoy once he heard YoungBoy dissed Von after he passed, because he dropped the song Bring the Hook in 2022. This had the rap industry reacting with academics tweeting, "YoungBoy on demon time right now," and he dropping another whole tape. Lil Reese responded back, "That ain't no demon time. He just rapping like the rest of these rappers all rap," which is where we saw Choppa side with Reese and OTF by saying, "I stamp that." Just from Choppa saying that, YoungBoy got angry and dissed Choppa by rapping. I bet your mama be destroyed when we send you to God for making statements, choosing sides about my beef with them boys. I could say I saw it, you could say I was your favorite, which had Choppa going on to Academics podcast to speak on why he switched sides.
He's not able to defend his name, bro, and it be a lot going on within his name about him when, to me, bro, he a real stand-up dude, and it was just unfortunate how it happened. Like, he came to a person as a man.
He even released this statement on YoungBoy. YoungBoy needs to be more careful. He's got a lot of people looking up to him, and he needs to set a better example. He needs to stay out of trouble and focus on his music. But we finally saw him end the beef with the DJ Vlad interview.
When you heard that, what'd you think?
It was funny to me. I feel like, it's not serious when it hit the net. It's funny. I mean, it's just entertainment to me.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. Good song. Nice bars.